Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the cell cycle. So the cell cycle is the series of steps that a cell goes through as it grows and divides into two daughter cells. It's a highly organized process ensuring that each cell can divide properly and carry out its functions. So let's break it down. The first stage is interphase, and it's the longest part of the cell cycle. Interphase is like the cell's preparation phase. The cell grows, does its regular work, and gets ready for division. Interphase has three subphases, G1, S, and G2. In the G1 phase, the cell grows and makes sure everything's working properly. In the S phase, the cell makes a copy of its DNA so that each daughter cell will have its own full set of instructions. Then in the G2 phase, the cell continues to grow and gets everything ready for the big division. Alright, so once the cell finishes interphase, it enters mitosis, the process where the cell actually divides. Mitosis has several stages. Those stages can be abbreviated to PMAT. So let's go through each one of them. The first part of mitosis is prophase. Here, the chromatin, these long strands of DNA, condense into visible chromosomes. The nuclear membrane begins to break down and the mitotic spindle starts to form. Next phase, metaphase. In metaphase, they all line up in the middle of the cell, at the equatorial plate. This is crucial because it ensures that each new cell gets the exact same genetic information. Next is anaphase. The sister chromatids, which are the two identical halves of each chromosome, are pulled apart towards the opposite sides of the cell, to the poles of the cell. Finally, telophase. In telophase, the chromatids reach the poles and the nuclear membrane starts to reform around each set of chromosomes. The cell is almost done dividing at this point. Right after mitosis, you have cytokinesis. This is when the cell physically splits into two new daughter cells. In animal cells, a structure called the cleavage furrow pinches the cell in two, while in plant cells, a new cell wall forms between the new two cells. Now we have two identical daughter cells, each with the same number of chromosomes as the original cell. These new cells can now continue the cycle, growing, dividing, and carrying out their functions. The cell cycle is the foundation of all growth and repair in multicellular organisms like us. So that's the cell cycle, a series of carefully timed stages that ensure cells divide correctly, giving us the ability to grow, heal, and reproduce. It's a fundamental process that powers life.